find myself constantly questioning what's possible and looking for new perspectives. If you look in the right places, you'd be amazed at what some people are able to accomplish, what challenges some are able to go through and come out the other side. One of the most interesting to me in recent memory is a man who is called the Unkillable Soldier. I'll just summarize the first bit of his Wikipedia page. He served in 3 wars, including World War I and II. He was shot in the face, head, stomach, ankle, leg, hip, and ear, was blinded in his left eye, survived 2 plane crashes, tunneled out of a prisoner of war camp, and tore off his own fingers when a doctor declined to amputate them. And to top it all off, when describing his experiences in the First World War, he wrote, "Frankly, I had enjoyed the war." When I hear stories like this one, and stories of things like Navy SEAL training, it's inspiring, but it also makes me question if the problems I have in my life are really problems or if they're just small inconveniences. Which I think is a good feeling to have if it's used correctly. Rather than let stories like this belittle you, I think they should inspire you and tell you that the problems you're facing are easier to solve than you think. I think it also shows that we're much more physically resilient than we think, and many of the issues we have that we think are physical are actually mental and should be solved with that in mind. So that's one way to gain a new perspective and learn of new possibilities. What are some other ways? Maybe some that are a bit less hardcore. Regardless of what people or things you learn from, the most important thing is to always keep learning. I found it helpful to always change up who or what you're learning from as well. Maybe learn a skill from 2 or 3 teachers instead of just one. Each of them might all have completely different ways of doing things, and you can take things from each of them, and you'll likely end up being better at that skill than if you only learn from one teacher. If you have a health issue, you can learn from multiple doctors. One might simply give you a medicine, while another might recommend removing certain foods from your diet. And you could use both methods in combination or decide that one of them is easier for you or that one is better in the long term. This can also be as simple as making new friends and trying new things. You can learn things about all aspects of life from people and experiences that are completely unrelated to each other. And as you learn from all of these various things and get better, you're going to develop your own unique takes and ways of doing things, and that in and of itself might reveal a new perspective or possibility. Also, you can pass that unique perspective on to someone else, and the cycle will continue, and without even realizing it, you might be helping tens, hundreds, or even thousands of people. But the main point here for you is that this gives you more options to make better and more informed decisions in your life, and it will make you better in whatever you try to pursue. And the other main point I want to bring up in this video is that you will see more of the things you focus on. This is a concept called the frequency illusion. If I asked you how many people you saw wearing blue shirts today, you likely wouldn't remember because you weren't paying attention to it. But if I told you to look for it when the day started and offered you money at the end of the day if you got it right, you would probably know the answer, and you would probably see a lot more people with blue shirts than you expected. This applies to pretty much everything else as well. When you learn a new word, you might start hearing that word more often. If you focus on the problems in your life, you'll start noticing more problems and potentially get new problems. If you focus on the things you're grateful for, you'll start to notice more things you can be grateful for. And this can be used to our advantage as well. If you think there are a lot of opportunities in a specific field and you look for them, you'll probably find a lot more than you initially expected. If you think you'll pick up a new skill quickly, that might help you learn it faster than you would have otherwise. I think the best way to use this concept is to use it to reframe your thoughts and realize that the way you think about things, talk about things, and perceive things can actually affect the outcome of certain situations. But I think that's all I have for this one. I hope one of the things from this video helps you gain a new perspective or see a new possibility in your life, and that helps you get to one of your goals. And once you achieve that goal, it will likely open up even more possibilities you wouldn't have seen before. But anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome and productive rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.